All right, this is going to be Real Talk episode 56. And for those of you that are unaware with my Real Talks and the way I do them, I'll have a description or a title, and I'm going to try to stick to it. But if not, I can pretty much just go off in any direction. But for this one, I'm most likely going to stick to it. So, with that being said, I want to say some things about my channel and then I'll get started with the topic. Uh, I don't usually like to promote my channel in the beginning of the video. At the end, I have my outro. I'll say if you like, comment, subscribe, blah, 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 right? But because I recently went on YouTube in incognito mode, which means there should be like no preferences or recently watched videos or anything like that. I just wanted to see what the algorithm would recommend me if I try to look for real truth. And I'm going to make a whole video about that so you guys can see. Basically, I'm shadow banned, right? I couldn't find my channel. I went down for like 2 minutes just scrolling. I couldn't find it. Also, if you just type, the titles of my videos, you're not going to find my channel. YouTube has basically shadow banned me. Google has shadow banned me. It's been like that for a while, I want to say, because my channel hasn't really gotten any traction in the last year or two. And it is what it is, right? They do that to people they don't like or that speak the truth. They try to suppress you. And the only way for me to promote my channel or get my channel out to more people is sadly by you guys helping me out and sharing where you can, subscribing, hitting the like button. And because of things like this, I have other social media. I have other platforms. Check out the links in the description so you can see those. I am promoting my Patreon a lot lately because I do truly plan on making that my alternative to YouTube in terms of if I'm not going to be able to say something on YouTube or YouTube blocks me or whatever, I'm going to have Patreon as the platform where I say things that I can't say on YouTube, basically. That's the main purpose of my Patreon. And if you're interested in the things I have to say on Patreon, just look at the videos that are there. The main video that I have there right now, that's probably the most important, I would say, is the one about LGBTQ, which is the last video I released on Patreon. And that video, I do talk about pretty much what's going on right now and what's been going on since that community has been elevated and promoted. And it's I don't want to talk too much about it. I want you guys to go watch it. I did talk about it a little bit in my last video. And speaking of my last video, I went deep into what Kimberly and Goguen said about Charlie Kirk. And I had my own opinions about it. I put out a bunch of videos talking about Charlie Kirk and what I thought. And for some odd reason, people unsubscribed from my channel. And the way I felt about it, there are two things that I felt were happening. Number one, they don't like the way I say things. Number two, and I know that to be a fact because I've had people literally leave comments complaining about the way I curse and stuff like that. Number two, I have a gut feeling that I didn't say something that somebody else that they watch said. Like Kim Goguen or whoever you watch, whoever you like, whoever you support, that you think is a truth teller. I feel like, a lot of people on my channel subscribe to me because of Kim Goguen. So when I see a bunch of people unsubscribe to me at the same time, I kind of tend to believe that it's some Kim Goguen supporters. That's what I lean towards. And it's because the way Kim says things and the way Kim does things. And again, for the most part, I've had positive interactions with her community. I've made videos thanking her community and stuff like that. But I've also had negative interactions with her community. And what I've been told is they don't like the way I say things. They want me to just repeat what Kim says. They don't want me to talk over her. They don't want me to they basically don't want me to do anything other than post what Kim says. And that is a no-go for this channel. So if you're a Kim Goguen supporter and you're coming here just to watch the UNN report, that's ridiculous. It's stupid. This is not Kim Goggen's channel. It's my channel. And even if I may from time to time post some of her information or even her own words and her speaking, that doesn't make this her channel. So I just want to make that clear, because some people, believe it or not, are that stupid that they think that I'm going to just be a puppet for Kim Goguen. And in the last video, I broke down, which, you know, you guys were positive about, which I appreciate. I broke down my differences with Kim Goguen, my approach of the way I see things and the way she sees things. And I was very clear. I couldn't have been more clear. But that video was very long. So if you didn't have, you know, the patience to watch that whole thing and sit through the whole thing, then this is a shorter version, and this is going to be a revised version, but it's going to focus more on her approach to the way she's dealing with the Charlie Kirk situation and the way I'm going to handle it going forward. Because I want you guys to see the way she does things and the way I do things. It's very different. We're very different people. So you guys don't get confused. So let me explain. So the way Kim is doing this, which this is her way of doing it, and I don't have a problem with it. She does what she does. She's her own person. You know, it is what it is. She's very detailed, which I appreciate about her. She's very intelligent, very detailed, very to the point. She has her sources. She's working with certain entities. She's got way more information than I'm ever going to have. I'll say that, or at least for the time being, until, you know, I grow my network and I get as big as her, which may never happen, but hopefully it does somehow. But anyways, she knows a lot of things that no one else knows. And while that's fine and dandy, because I'm one of the greatest believers in there's no knowledge that is not power. I truly believe that. I think even if you look at my YouTube channel, it's like my banner where it says there's no knowledge that is not power. Knowledge is power. What you do with that power, it could be useless power, it could be beneficial power, right? You can just have knowledge but never do anything with it, or you can actually apply it, and that's where it becomes wisdom, right? But long story short, she has a lot of knowledge about a lot of things that a lot of people don't know about. While that's good to know, the asterisk, or my little caveat with this, is that it's not useful information for most people. Sad to say. Most people will hear what Kim Goguen has to say, but there's nothing they can really do with it. I'll give you guys an example. She's talking about with the whole assassination, that Charlie Kirk, you know, is doing these things, that thing, the other thing, in terms of they had women coming over after certain events and doing things with women. It's good to know that maybe they were a corrupt organization or whatever, but that doesn't really help anything. It doesn't move anything. It doesn't make the situation better or worse. My focus for this is the event took place, and this is why I was so angry in the videos that I made. And what are we going to do about it? Because a lot of evil people are exposing themselves, right? So what can we do going forward to make the world a better place, seeing the people that you're dealing with? And her, you know, maybe her rebuttal might be, well, yeah, she's exposing evil in that organization. But I guarantee you 9 out of 10 people listening to that don't really care and aren't going to do anything about it when it comes to that. There's nothing we can do. Like, what are we going to do? Sue Turning Point because they're, you know, doing inappropriate things with women? There's nothing we can do with that information. Like, it's useless. I'm sorry to say, but it's useless. But it's something that she made a point of. And she does this a lot with her information. If you've been watching her as long as I have, you know she will put out information that doesn't do anything for anyone. It's good to know, but that's about it. My thing is action. What are we going to do with the people that are evil, that are part of our society, that we're allowing to exist within our society? So again, I think when you look at the bigger picture, there are far worse things going on than that. And that's just one thing, right? Like I can nitpick other things, but that's just an example. But my point is, we have to get to a point where we expel these people from society. So let me kind of counter this point that I'm making for Kim in terms of her point was, hey, they're doing this evil thing in this organization. Okay, cool. But how did that organization get created? Why are they getting funded? Why are there political parties? Why are there religious organizations or religions, period? Why are there countries? Why are there languages? These are all things that separate people and fester or create the environment that festers things like Charlie Kirk becoming popular because he's part of a political party and an organization that's being funded because of his beliefs and his political party, that allows him to do corrupt things if that is the truth, if that's what she believes, right? So for me, talking about the inappropriate things that they do afterwards doesn't change anything in terms of we still have all these other problems that need to be resolved that are far more important to me, that will automatically get rid of that issue. If we get to the core, which is getting rid of politics and political parties and religions and all of this, that won't happen. That kind of stuff won't happen. It won't even exist. The possibility of that happening is zero. You see what I'm saying? You see where I'm going with this? So my way of handling things is much simpler. And the way I'm going to go forward with this, the way I'm going to handle this and do things is I'm going to use this event, whether you guys think it was real or not, whether she thinks it was real or not, whatever. I'm going to use this event to expose all the evils of the world and come up with solutions to the problems, because that I think is the biggest problem that humanity faces right now. Is we have all these problems and all these people claim to be leaders and truth tellers, but literally none of them have any solutions to these problems. And I'm going to go back to Kim using the word God, okay? A big problem with society is religion. It's a big problem. Religions do not make people good. There are good people that are part of religions. I've said this in my other videos. What does that mean? It means you don't need religions. You can be good with or without it. You can use religions to enhance, your goodness or whatever, but it doesn't make you good. How do I know? Because there are plenty of people that are evil that are religious. Do I need to use examples? Okay, let's use examples. Look at the Middle East. Damn near everybody over there is religious, whether they're Muslim or Jewish or whatever. And all they do is kill each other. Do I need more examples? The Crusades. Do I need more examples? Like, I can go on and on. Catholic priests. Do I need more examples? What they've done with children. On and on and on. Like, I could name so many things. My own experiences with people growing up, whether it was family, friends, or even people that I didn't even know that were religious, that were evil to me. There are many evil people that are religious. You don't need religions to be good. You can use them and their morals to be a better person, but they don't make you a good person. And a lot of people hide behind religions to do evil things. And a perfect example, if we're going by what Kim said, and if we are to believe that Charlie was this bad person that she's making him out to be, whether she has evidence or not, is whatever. But this is what she claims. So going by Kim's claim that he was doing bad things to women or whatever, well, he was religious, right? At least he presented himself to be religious. So he was hiding behind religion and doing evil things. Yet Kim is still using the word God, because a lot of people are too stupid to understand when she's talking about source. So I understand what she's doing and her method, her methods of getting to the masses and trying to get her message out. But here's my problem. There has to come a point where we stop the coddling, whatever you want to call it, hand holding, patting on the head, you're a good boy because you're religious bullshit. We need to cut that shit out, and we need to be real with people. We need to tell people the truth. That's what I'm about. That's why I'm the real truth, and I'm the realest motherfucker you're ever going to meet. Because I'm not going to cuddle you. I'm not going to try to make you feel good. I'm just going to tell you what it is. There is no fucking God. Period. The gods that were in all these religions were evil aliens. Evil entities that came to this world and tried to control humanity. That's all they were. So whenever she uses the word God, I cringe. Her and Sonny, when they use the word God, I cringe, because you're validating these entities that have done evil to humanity, and you're validating people that are too stupid to realize that their religions are misleading them. Whether they're good people or not, it's irrelevant. You don't need religion to be a good person. There just so happens to be some good people that are religious. That's how it works. You can get rid of the whole fucking thing and just keep the morals. You don't need to worship God. You don't need to worship anything. That's it. That's what it is. But until we can sit down and have an honest conversation about what's going on in the world and get rid of all the lies and just see the real truth, we're never going to be able to fix the problems that we have. So I have a huge problem with Kim saying the word God, because just saying that word validates anyone that's watching her that is religious and anyone that thinks religions are real. And she is promoting that just by saying the word God, because that is the main thing that people believe in, is God, right? That's what gives them their faith, their fear of God, their love of God, whatever you want to call it. So whenever she associates something, and there are people watching her that are too stupid to realize she's only saying that word to appease you so you can watch her, so she can get other information to you. It's the only reason why she's using that word. A lot of people are not going to be able to figure that out. They're just going to say, oh, Kim believes in the same shit I believe in. And they're just going to keep on going to church every Sunday and misleading other people, spreading their lies and bullshit to everybody about God and religions. When again, I must keep emphasizing this, you can be a good person without religions. You don't need it. Maybe and this is another issue I have. Maybe she's doing this, and I don't know why she's really, this is just my assumption of it, right? This is my 99.9% sure assumption that she's doing it because of these reasons. But maybe another reason she's doing this is because she may feel that if she doesn't use, or she tries to go after religions too hard, that it might scare people or shock people, or people aren't ready to hear that kind of truth and they can't handle it. That's another issue I have with this whole truth movement shit. And this is what I keep saying. We need to stop cuddling people, and trying to like hold people's hands and all this bullshit. We need to be real with people. The time is long past to be worried about how people are going to take something. Are they going to be sad about it? Are they going to be happy about it? Or how are they going to take it? Is it going to shock them? I'm tired of that shit. Let's just get to the fucking real truth and deal with the consequences afterwards. Let people know what the real truth is. And then we can figure out what happens after that. That's how I feel. That's where I'm at. That's where pretty much I've always been. That's why I've always been the way I've been. I've been this way pretty much my whole life. I don't like bullshit. I don't like lies. I don't like people telling me nonsense to try to make me feel good. I want the real truth, period. Let's just get to the bottom of the situation and figure it out and resolve it. That's how I feel about it. So again, me going forward, I'm going to talk about Charlie Kirk's assassination as if it was a real event, as if it really happened, because it really had real impacts, or a real impact on a lot of people, and it really affected a lot of people. Whether it was a real thing or not doesn't fucking matter, because it doesn't change anything. We still have many people that believe that this was a real thing, right? So we can't play this game of, well, we can validate religions, but we're going to invalidate the assassination. That's ass backwards. Why are we validating the thing that's, insignificant, but validate or invalidating the thing that matters? So in other words, we're trying to make people feel good about religion, which who gives a shit? But we're going to say the Charlie Kirk assassination was fake, so we shouldn't care about that, which actually can be used as a way to expose the evil ones. That's the way I'm looking at it. So I'm going to treat it as if it was a real event. And whether you think it was a movie or fake or holographic or whatever you want to think, I don't give a shit. I'm going to treat it as if it was real. That's how I'm going to look at it. And I'm going to talk to people about the evils that exist in this world and how evil people are. Basically, what I was doing the last few videos before I talked about Kim, that's what I'm going to keep doing. I'm going to keep showing people how evil people are. And what needs to happen is the evil that exists in society, whether it's humans or demons, needs to be expelled, exiled, expunged from our society, period. If you're an evil person, you think like an evil person, you act like an evil person, you have evil tendencies, whatever the fuck, you need to be expelled from society. And we all know what evil looks like, especially now. We don't need anyone to tell us. We don't need anyone holding our hands saying, oh, do you see the evil thing someone's doing there? Do you see that evil person laugh? Like, we don't need that shit anymore. People know what it is. You can identify. If you can't identify, you're just fucked. But if most people can, we need to move forward with that. And we need to do something about that. So we need to deal with those people that are that way. And they shouldn't be part of our society, period. And there are a lot of ideologies that fall, especially on the left. Like I said in that video, or the last video, the left is basically a representation of what the demons want humans to be. Damn near everything on the left is evil. So you already have a good little general blueprint of what evil looks like if you just look at the left. Whatever they believe in is wrong. That's it. Simple. Evil. Simple. And they're all like that. I don't want to hear there's some moderate people, there's some good people on the left. I don't want to hear none of that shit. Like I told you guys before, to me, being naive is evil. Why? Because you can be used by evil forces to do evil things. So you become an asset to the evil. So if you're on the left and you believe in leftist ideologies, you're evil. And if you want to not be seen as evil, as, at least in my eyes, in the way I want to do things, you need to get out of that side, basically, that whole mindset, that ideology, and move over to the right. That's how I'm looking at it. You want to stay on the left? You want to think like them? You want to associate with them? You want to party with them? Be friends with them? Because I don't have any fucking friends on the left. And I never would be friends with anybody on the left. I'm telling you right now. There ain't nobody on the... I wouldn't even... It's not even a thought in my mind to befriend anyone on the left. Never has been, never will be. You think like that, you act like that, anything that's on the left, it's evil. That's how I look at it. So, again, if you don't want to be categorized as evil, in my eyes, get the fuck away from that side and get over to the right side. And I'm not saying the right side is perfect either. I'm not saying everything the right does is perfect. Otherwise, I would be political or conservative or something, but I'm not. because there are a lot of things I don't like with that side either. But if it's like, you know how they say the lesser of two evils? This is the lesser of way two, like the way lesser of two evils is the way I want to say it. Way lesser of two evils is the right. There's way more to be desired on the right than the left. It's not even close. They're not equivalent. They're not comparable. Not now. Maybe 20 years ago they were. Not now. So long story short, I'm going to treat this event as if it was real. I'm not going to dismiss what Kim said. I'm going to keep that in the back of my mind. I'm going to say, okay, that's what she believes. She probably has all the evidence in the world, all the video in the world, all the information from, her, the people that she works with, the entities that she works with, the others. And she knows what it is. Good. Cool. Now, what do we do about this shit? There are evil people that want to kill us. What do we do about that? That's what I'm focused on, right? I don't care about all this nitty gritty shit. What about the evil that is facing us directly, that will laugh in our face if we hypothetically got murdered by them? What do we do about those people? That's what we need to focus on going forward. And that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to show you guys videos about different people and their reactions. Next video I'm going to make, I'm going to talk about a certain streamer that he has the right approach. And I agree 100% with the way that he wants to handle it going forward. And the last thing I'm going to leave you guys with is that this doesn't need to be violent. Nobody needs to die. Nobody needs to be hurt. We can do this by peaceful resistance. But peaceful resistance is still an action that you have to take, because you have to decide not to do something and not to go along with something. That's what we've been doing so far. Well, not me, but you people out there that think we can all hold hands. You've been letting the evil get away with murder, literally. You've been passive. You've been saying we can accept you into our society. You're different, but okay, let's work with you. That's how we got here. Is that dumbass mindset, that bullshit mindset of we can all get along. That's fake and it doesn't work. There are people you just can never ever get along with because they're evil to their core. You just don't know it. But now you know it. Now you see it. So what are you going to do about it? Right? So again, we don't need violence. We don't need to kill anyone. What we need to do is expel them from society. Expel their ideologies. Expel their beliefs. Their ways of doing things. Their ways of being. Their ways of thinking. It needs to die. I don't believe in this bullshit of we should have listened to everybody's thoughts and everyone's opinions. Fuck that. If someone is wrong, they're wrong. Why the fuck do we need... If the sky is blue and if someone says it's red... Let's entertain your opinion. You said the sky. Why? Shut the fuck up. The sky is blue. Let's stop with the bullshit. Enough is enough. If people think the sky is red, lock them motherfucker up in an insane asylum. Put them in a prison somewhere. Get them the fuck out of here. Put them on a remote island somewhere where they can live with all the people that think that the sky is red. That's what needs to happen. Exile them from society. Get them the fuck out of here. And it's easy to figure this shit out. I don't want to hear, well, how are we going to do this? Shut the fuck up. How are we going to do this? It's easy. That's why you have psychiatrists, psychologists, right? That's why you have teachers and parents and reasonable people. It's to figure this kind of shit out. Oh, little Timmy's thinking this weird shit. What do? Oh, he's a boy, but he wants to be a girl. I know, let's give him a sex surgery. No, little Timmy's crazy. How do we fix little Timmy? Tell him he's wrong. Give him some therapy. Help him accept who he is for who he is. And give him as much love and compassion as you can. And if he ends up being an adult that wants to do that weird shit and cut his dick off, that's his choice as an adult. But as a child, absolutely fucking not. That's what I'm talking about. You exile this bullshit out of society and let's get back to at least being normal so that maybe when we get back to being normal, we can move beyond that. what normal is, quote unquote, right? What normal used to be. Let's try to get back to that, and then we can evolve from that point. But until we do that, we're going to be in a society where all this weird shit happens, where there's a real or fake assassination. Who did it? How'd they do it? Why'd they do it? Did they do it? This is the problem, because we're allowing the crazy people to run everything. We can't figure shit out. We don't know what the right way is or what we should be doing. Well, we do know, but we're allowing the evil to take control. So again, this needs to be resolved. This is how we move forward. I'm going to keep talking about this Charlie Kirk shit because it's not going to stop. It's not going to stop. I can stop talking about it, but I promise you everyone else is going to keep talking about it. And this is going to keep happening. Like, there are going to be more things that are going to happen. So again, I'm going to focus on how do we get rid of this evil from society. And I'm going to show you guys somebody that has the right approach that I believe is the right way to do it. And we'll go from there. We'll start there. That's going to be my next video. I'm going to have Patreon videos coming out. I'm going to talk about my personal life and some other things. I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet, because I want to do my personal life as like a series, so you guys really get to know me and what's behind the curtain, or the screenshot, or whatever you want to call it, the thumbnail. And then you really get to understand why I think the way I do, why I feel the way I do, why I see the world the way I see it, right? Because I've never done that on this channel. I've never broken down my life and told you guys what's really going on with me, why I think how I do, why I see the world I do. And I haven't even told you guys too many of my supernatural experiences. I've had my own experiences that have helped me to see the world the way I see it. So there's a lot to that. That's why I want to make it a series, because I'm probably just going to go year by year throughout my life, you know, even back when I was a baby till present day, and let you guys figure that out. But because that's going to be more of a personal thing, that's why I want to put it on Patreon. And that's just one thing, right? That's just one project I want to work on Patreon. I also want to do just topics I can't talk about on YouTube, right? That's the whole point of Patreon, is there are things I want to say and I just can't say them on YouTube. If you look at the video, the LGBTQ video, you'll see what I'm talking about. Those things I said in that video, I cannot repeat on YouTube. I just can't. They won't allow it. I know, because I've tried before and they've struck me for it. That's why I put it on Patreon. Anyways, please support my Patreon. That's all I have for this video. If you like, comment, subscribe, share if you can. Hit the notification bell. I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.